Hi guys, it's Mrs. Anderson. What we're going to be working on this week is graphic advertisements and what catches your attention. We're going to create an advertisement for a specific product or service. And it's much easier when you do a visual advertisement, meaning you can actually see the product. But it's very difficult when you have to try and remember the slogan. And what can you remember? Do you remember the slogans for the products you use? Let's find out. If you're listening to the radio or a podcast, it's going to be much more difficult than if you can see the product. This gives you wings. That would be Red Bull. Tastes so good, cats ask for it by name. That would be Meow Mix. Meow Mix is not interesting for you if you don't have a cat, so it may not be easy for you to remember. You are now free to move about the country. That would be Southwest Airlines, although you can't really move anywhere about the country with this pandemic going on. Just do it. That would be Nike, and most of you know because Nike is a multi-billion-dollar business. These are magically delicious. Those are Lucky Charms. A lot of advertisers add music to their slogans so that it's easier for you to remember. This makes mouths happy. This is actually an advertisement for Twizzlers. Twizzlers is that red licorice. They had it in a straight line underneath two eyes, and when they read the slogan, they turned it into a grin. Silly rabbit, these are for kids. That would be Tricks. The snack that smiles back, those are Goldfish. America runs on, that would be Dunkin'. Sometimes companies change their slogan as the years go on. Live in your world, play in ours was their old slogan, and now it's greatness awaits. That would be Sony PlayStation. This slogan is yum. Not really a very good slogan, but when you add music to it, da-na-na, yum. That would be Red Robin, and it becomes much more memorable. Eat fresh is their slogan. That would be Subway. Taste the rainbow. Skittles. Like a good neighbor, these people are there. That would be State Farm. When you're here, your family. This is a restaurant called Olive Garden. Eating good in the neighborhood. This would be Applebee's. Kills bugs, dead. That would be Raid Bug Spray. Expect more, pay less. It's not pay less. They're no longer in business. This is Target. This is where the pets go. And it's not Petco, it's PetSmart. Much easier to spot the logo than it is the slogan, so let's see how good you are at this. That would be Starbucks. Now you say, what does this mermaid, Statue of Liberty looking creature have to do with coffee? It's actually a siren. A siren is a mythological creature that used to live in the ocean and lure sailors into the ocean so that they could kill them. Now, no, Starbucks is not trying to lure you into their coffee shops to kill you. They're luring you into their coffee shops to purchase their items. And it seems to be working because they're making lots and lots of money on a daily basis. This is Major League Baseball, and the colors are red, white, and blue because it's America's pastime. These are the golden arches of McDonald's. The first McDonald's was in St. Louis, and they're famous for their arches. So they decided to put two of them together and call it the Golden Arches. They're not just two soggy French fries that are looped to make an M. This is Shell Oil Corporation or Shell Gas Station. Target. Apple. Adidas. You'll notice that this is the old Adidas logo. They've changed their logo with the times to incorporate 3 straight parallel lines on a diagonal. This would be Puma, which looks very similar to the Jaguar that you might see on the front of a Jaguar automobile. You'll notice that Pepsi has 2 logos here, and you're saying, oh, I know, it's Pepsi and Diet Pepsi. It's actually Pepsi and Pepsi with lime. The Pepsi Corporation decided that they wanted to have a slightly different logo for every single flavor that they offer. This way, if you're purchasing their products internationally and you're not able to read the language, you'd be able to identify which Pepsi was Pepsi with lime just by their logo. This is KFC. KFC is short for Kentucky Fried Chicken. They legally changed their name in the 90s because they wanted to move to the healthcare or health promotion that was going on, and they offered more healthier fare like salads and grilled chicken. But with fried in the name, no one was going to think they're healthy. So they legally changed their name to KFC. This is Firefox Mozilla. And you say, wait a minute, that's really a fox. Some people don't see that until right now when I show that logo. LG, life is good. If you take that little L and you bump it up, it's going to look like a Pac-Man facing sideways where the little dot is the eye. This is Google Chrome. Taco Bell. Unilever. Unilever is a parent company, and each one of those little symbols within the letter U represents one of their smaller companies. Unilever makes things like Dove deodorant, Axe deodorant, Breyer's ice cream, Hellman's mayonnaise, and you're saying, wait a minute, my deodorant and my ice cream are made in the same place? No, they're different factories that create them, but they're sold under a parent company called Unilever. It's actually located in Englewood Cliffs. Lexus. Beats. This is actually supposed to be someone wearing the Beats headphones. If you added a little nose to the right side of the red circle, that would be the earphone covering the ear with the line going over the head. Facebook. Does anybody know why the F is off center? Me neither. I've asked that a million times. Nike. Domino's. Volkswagen. Amazon. Chanel. And why are there two C's? That's because the person who created Chanel, her name was Coco. So she used her initials interlocking to make that her logo, Coco Chanel. Baskin-Robbins. This is the first logo that I'm showing you that has a hidden meaning. If you look at the 3 and the 1 in pink, that represents 31 flavors of Baskin-Robbins. But when you go to Baskin-Robbins, they don't have 31 flavors. So what is 31? The first year that Baskin-Robbins came out, they created seasonal flavors. So in the summer, they had light things like ices and sorbets. And in the wintertime, they had heavier things like cookies and cream and Rocky Road. And they alternated different flavors with different seasons. So there were 31 original flavors the first year. If you take a look at the FedEx logo, you'll notice the second one has an arrow filled in black. That isn't a mistake. They chose that font to show you that FedEx gets your packages from here to there. If you look at the Tostitos logo, you'll notice that there are 2 men, the 2 T's, dipping a chip into a bowl of salsa on top of the letter I. When we look at Wendy's, if you look at her collar, you'll see the word mom spelled out M-O-M in the blue and the black. And Wendy's is supposed to remind you of mom's home cooking. I don't know how many of your parents cook like the food you get at Wendy's, but okay. Amazon. Most of you know A to Z, A to Z. Yes, Amazon does sell everything from A to Z. They also leave you with a smile, and that has a double meaning with that little yellow arrow on the bottom. So this is an example of a creative alphabet using logos. And if you take a look at some of the logos or some of the letters, you'll realize that, hey, I recognize that. All of these are different companies that I took different letters out of. These are 2 different advertisements, and what they want to do is show you something that's perfect. Now we look at Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant was a phenomenal basketball player. He is wearing Nike, but his team was sponsored by Adidas. Nike told him, we'll pay you a certain amount of money to advertise our clothing. And he said, sure, people do a lot of things for money. So they're leading me to believe that if I wear Nike clothes and Nike shoes, I will be able to play basketball just like Kobe Bryant. That's definitely not happening. If we take a look at the advertisement on the right, it says Smash Hit by Hayden, Body by Milk. She was the original Supergirl on TV. Obviously, she's so strong that she shattered her glass of milk. And we look at her milk mustache. They actually paint that on with sour cream because a milk mustache would never look like that. They've also photoshopped her body. If you notice, her forearm and her bicep are the same size. Not one hair is out of place. She has the perfect body, or so they lead you to believe. But when you look and see that her head is wider than her waist, she would be a bobblehead in real life. Again, selling you the perfect product. I went into Burger King and I bought myself a burger and it looked just like that. Then I went to McDonald's and I bought myself some fries. Oh, and I pulled it out of the bag and it looked just like a Christmas tree. Not so much. They're selling you perfection. You're not going to get a burger or french fries that look like this unless someone spends lots and lots of time on them. And then fast food, they don't have a lot of time. So you're not going to get a product, but this is what they lead you to believe. All of these different advertisements produce a selling point in a different way. If we look at cornflakes, they have Gabby Douglas. She's an Olympic gold medalist. So little kids, oh my goodness, I want to be just like Gabby Douglas, an Olympic gymnast, so I want to buy that product. They're using star power. Great taste the whole family will love with Tony the Tiger. The whole family, little kids eat Frosted Flakes. Grandma and grandpa can eat Frosted Flakes and everybody in between. So your audience is very broad and wide. If we look at Rice Krispies, it's the simple moments that stick. Oh, I remember when I was a little kid and I used to come home from kindergarten and my grandma used to make me Rice Krispie treats and we used to mix in all the marshmallows. This is called pulling at your heartstrings and your good memories, and that's why they want you to buy their product. Hey, I know all these people. Wait a minute. Why would you know all these people? Seventh and eighth graders don't need insurance for cars or houses or motorboats or flood insurance, but in a few years you will. So you might need to know who Flo is, or the Geico Gecko, or Jake from State Farm. These people might be important to you in the future, so they're drilling all this information into your head now in hopes that you'll remember to use them in the future. If we look at the water tower on the left, nothing stops leaks better. Now, we don't live in a rural area with a water tower, but if that tower broke, that whole town would be flooded. So if that diaper's strong enough to hold that water tower together, clearly it'll stop the leaks on a baby's bottom. And when we look at these new Huggies jeans pull-ups, fashionable diapers for your baby, do you really think the kid cares what their diapers look like? Absolutely not. This is marketed towards the parents. They want the parents to buy the preppy plaid, the western denim, and the pretty pinstripes. So why isn't my advertisement a good advertisement? I have the name of my product, Furry Fox. It tells you what the product is with a cute little slogan, fur coats for fabulous females, and I have a picture of my product. The problem is, I'm not selling foxes, I'm selling fur coats. I don't want to see the cute little fox that has to be killed in order to make my coat. I want to see the finished product. It's like kind of introducing me to the cow before I eat my hamburger. I don't want to meet the cow or the chicken I'm going to have for dinner. I just want to go buy it already killed, prepped, and ready to eat and not know where it was before that. So make sure when you're doing your advertisement that you have the correct picture, the word, and the name of your company. This is a great advertisement. You can't put a price on happiness, but 25-cent donuts help. We know times are tough. Let's put a little change back in your pocket. See you on October 25th for 25-cent donuts. 25 cents? Wait a minute, time out. Donuts are like $1.25 every day. I got to get up there on October 25th. They're giving you a bargain. They have a beautiful shiny quarter. They have the perfect donut where they put the sprinkles on with tweezers. I don't know about you, but my donuts don't look like that where I live. What they want to do is sell you the perfect product at a great price, hoping to bring you in and have you, hey, I need something to drink now. Grab a cup of coffee or an iced tea. Maybe I want a sandwich. Maybe I haven't eaten lunch. So they're hoping to draw you in to try their product so you'll either come back again or spend more money while you're there. Things to keep in mind when creating your advertisement. You need a picture of your product or your service. What are you selling? You have to make sure that's big and bold. You need to include the name of your product. Make sure the brand is clearly visible. You need to include a slogan, something catchy that people will remember. And who is your target audience? Who do you want to sell this product to? You don't want to sell bubble gum to senior citizens because their dentures will fall out while they're chewing it. You want to pick a product, real or imaginary. It's totally up to you. Create an original slogan, one that has not been used before. Okay, so here's my advertisement. Make it unforgettable. I've got Prince spaghetti sauce, original and chunky. Now, obviously, I'm not going to use this as an advertisement because it would lead you to believe that the chunky sauce makes you fat. Obviously, that's not my intention. It was just to give you a little laugh. So when you're creating your advertisement, you need to make it big, bold, and unforgettable.